Today we're diving into something pretty serious, a secret hidden inside one of the most common pills you can buy. And believe it or not, it has a hidden link to a disease many of us fear the most. So let's jump right in.
I mean, think about it. Could a simple pill you take for something like acid reflux actually lead to Alzheimer's? It sounds crazy, right? Millions of us grab these for quick relief, but what if there's a hidden cost we're not aware of?
Okay, so let's get straight to the number. A major study found that if you've been using these drugs for just a little over 4 years, your risk of developing dementia could be up to 30% higher. That's a huge number.
So what are these pills we're talking about? The official name is proton pump inhibitors, or just PPIs for short. And trust me, you know these. You've seen the boxes lining the pharmacy shelves. They are everywhere.
And when I say everywhere, I mean it. Just look at this. Over 200 million prescriptions are written for PPIs in the US every single year. And that's not even counting all the people, maybe even you, who just buy them over the counter without a prescription. The scale here is just staggering.
But here's where things get really interesting and kind of scary. The FDA originally approved these for short-term use. We're talking 3, maybe 5 weeks maximum. But how are people actually using them? For 5, 15, even 25 years. There's a huge gap between how they're supposed to be used and how they're actually being used.
So, this is the big question, isn't it? How on earth can a pill that works on your stomach acid end up causing a disease in your brain? It just doesn't seem to connect. Well, it turns out there's a hidden biological highway between the two, and the key to understanding it is just one single molecule. And this molecule is, well, it's a big deal. It's so important that scientists actually call it the Holy Grail molecule. Why? Because it's absolutely crucial for keeping us healthy and preventing all sorts of chronic diseases.
Okay, so what is this miracle molecule? It's called nitric oxide, just NO for short. It's basically a gas that our body makes in the lining of our blood vessels, and its main job is super important. It tells your blood vessels to relax and widen. Think of it like a traffic cop opening up all the lanes on a highway, letting blood flow easily to everywhere it needs to go. Your heart, your lungs, and yes, your brain.
And if you're not convinced of how important this is, listen to this quote from an expert in the field, Dr. Nathan Bryan. He says nitric oxide is the holy grail because it's tied to basically everything we know about heart disease. A lack of it is literally the first domino to fall.
Okay, so here it is. This is the connection. This is the aha moment. Those common acid reflux pills, the PPIs, they completely shut down your body's ability to make this holy grail molecule, nitric oxide. They just turn off the factory.
So now, let's connect all the dots, right? The pill shuts down nitric oxide. Without nitric oxide, your blood vessels can't relax. They get tight and narrow. That means less blood can get through. And when you have chronically low blood flow to the brain, your brain cells start to starve and die. And that right there is a key driver of Alzheimer's disease.
But wait, it gets worse. The problem isn't just about the brain. When you lose your nitric oxide, it sets off this vicious cycle, a chain reaction that's at the root of almost every single chronic disease we know of. Let's break down that vicious cycle. First, you get low blood flow like we talked about. That triggers step 2, inflammation. Your body sounds the alarm. That inflammation then leads to step 3, oxidative stress, which is basically like rust on your cells. And all of that chaos leads to the final step, your immune system stops working properly. See how it all connects? It's a downward spiral.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot about these PPI pills, and they're a huge part of the problem. But they're not working alone. It turns out they've got a whole gang of accomplices, everyday things we do and use that are also tanking our nitric oxide levels. Let's look at the most wanted list here. First up, sugar. Too much of it literally sticks to the little enzyme that makes nitric oxide and just shuts it down. Then there's just not moving enough. A sedentary lifestyle means you're not telling your body to make this stuff. But here are the two that might really shock you, because they're probably sitting in your bathroom right now. Mouthwash and fluoride.
Yeah, you've seen this slogan a million times, right? Kills 99.9% of germs. We've all been trained to think that's a good thing. A cleaner mouth is a healthier mouth. Or so we thought.
And it turns out that's a huge problem. Because in that 99.9% of germs are the good bacteria that live on your tongue. And guess what they do? They perform the very first step in making nitric oxide in your body. When you wipe them out with mouthwash, you're crippling your body's production line. It's so effective that regular mouthwash use can actually make your blood pressure go up.
Okay, I know, that was a lot of bad news. But here's the good part. The great part, actually. Our bodies are amazing. They're designed to heal. And if we just stop doing the things that get in the way and start giving our body what it needs, we can absolutely bring those nitric oxide levels back up.
And really, when you boil it all down, the choice is pretty simple. Look at this. On one side, you have the things that destroy nitric oxide. On the other, you have the things that promote it. The goal isn't to be perfect overnight. It's just to start making small choices that move you from that left column over to the right.
So, what's the game plan? Here it is, nice and simple. First, ditch the antiseptic mouthwash. Second, get some moderate exercise. Just move your body. Third, try to get 20 minutes of sun a day. Fourth, eat more leafy greens like spinach and kale. And finally, cut back on the sugar. That's it. These are simple things we can all do.
Look, at the end of the day, your body is literally designed to heal itself. It's an incredible machine. So the big question we all have to ask ourselves is, are we getting in its way? What are we doing, maybe without even realizing it, that's stopping our body from doing its job? It's something to think about.